Right. Let me just get the stream shared out. Oh, seconds. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Invictus Racing League F2 for the equal performance. None of you have probably heard me before. I am new to this league as a commentator. My PSN, you will see me as Bad Boy, but my name is Leon, so you can call me either. Not really fussed, but yeah, I am going to be the commentator for the foreseeable future, so you can get used to me, and hopefully this will be a good race for my first ever commentary. So let's just quickly get the standings up. Oh no, let me change that real quick. Can I change the name of it? Let me get rid of that. There we go. So today's track is Germany. If I'm looking at this right, not too sure. Obviously I am slightly new to this website and this league. Winning is Prix. I've known him for a while. He's not racing today though, apparently. If I'm looking at the right table, I'm not too sure. Hopefully I am. Prix is winning. He's actually in the lobby with 51 points. Then in second is Humbo Stone with 48. Wave Intel. Yeah, that's how I'll pronounce it anyway. With 41. Rick WR with 34. Ben Musket with 28. And MJ underscore Coop with 21. Jamie 6328 in 7th. Then Kieran in 8th. Nick in 9th. Stim in 10th. GP1 Alex in 11th. Hulkenberger in 12th. Lazarenko, there we go, in 13th. Tony in 14th. Apriadical in 15th. That could be a name that might take me a while to get used to. Alger in 16th for Gazman, 17th Ferrari, 18th Aaron Spence, 19th, and then Alex Hallows in 20th. And I think that's everyone, to be honest. So let's get everyone's telemetry up. A few people have fitted the soft tyres, 3 people, and 2 people have selected the medium compound, and then the rest are ultra soft compound tyres, as Tony has set the benchmark, the 111.6 on the ultra soft tyre. Wouldn't expect any of the soft runners or medium runners to beat that. Force India there running a bit wide. That will be Rick. Humbo Stone has gone second with a 12.5 on the soft, so pretty respectable time. Only 9 tenths off the ultra soft is quite good, and I think I know Humbo Stone not personally, but I do know him. He can go better than that. Here comes Ben. I'll call him Ben with a 112.4, and Wave Intel with a 111.6. Same as Tony, but half a tenth improvement. I think Ben Musket is Ben. I think that's Ben Musket. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is him. Let's have a look. So Jamie has now done 11.9 on the ultra softs. Only 5 people have set a lap, but this track is pretty demanding, especially turn 1. Easy to invalidate, obviously. You've got to take it perfectly every single time, otherwise if you run too wide it's invalid, or if you cut the inside curb, that is also invalid. And it has run ball with Nick. I think there's a Ferrari coming around the final corner. Here is Nick. Never mind, it actually was Never Miss with a 11.7. Here comes Nick around the final corner. It is a 13.7 on the soft compound. Rick hasn't set a very respectable or competitive lap time. He is up on his time, so he's on for another one there, and he's getting a toe off the Red Bull. That will be MJ Coupe. Nick is also on a lap on the medium tyres, the white striped, the hardest compound, and a compound that I found that has no grip. That's personal opinion. So he has got traffic in the way of 2 Hasses, I believe. So hopefully they don't disrupt his lap. As he now comes to the penultimate corner and then the final corner. What can he do on them set of mediums? It's a 114.1, which puts him in 8th provisionally. Anyone else? Oh, someone has just gone up somewhere. Who was it? It was, I think, oh, I don't know. Someone did just go up. I couldn't really, I kind of lost who it was. I think it was, no, it wasn't Nixon. MJ Coupe, that was it. He's just done an 11.9 on the ultra softs. So everyone on the ultra softs except for Lazarenko and Humbo have done an 11. So, oh, actually, yeah, everyone except for Lazarenko, who was set up on the ultra softs, is in the 11. So Lazarenko did a 15, which obviously isn't a very quick lap compared to the 11s. Obviously it's 4 seconds down. I would believe he has more pace than that, and to be around the 11 mark with everyone else. A few people on their outlaps again. Wave, Intel and Tony on the ultra softs again, so they could possibly be going to be using all 3 compounds. Not all 3 compounds, all 3 sets of ultra softs you get in qualifying. Or they have 4 if they went for the softer compound, but I don't think that would be a very wise choice. Or the softer choice of tyres in qualifying. As Wave Intel is about to start his lap. Tony's actually closer. Anyone else on the lap? Humbo? Yes, Humbo is. Nick might be. There's a yellow flag. We will try and pick that up. That will be betrayer. So as Humboldt, he's just come through the hairpin. And he's coming through turn 7 and 8 now. I do remember this bit off by heart, I believe. Coming up to the Mercedes-Benz corner. Obviously he's in the Mercedes, so that might give him a bit of an extra pace advantage. I'm not really kidding, but obviously Mercedes is German. This is the German Grand Prix. As he now comes through turn... I can't remember. That was turn 11, mobile 1. And then that Sachs curb, he's just gone through. And then he's coming through turn 13, 14 and 15 here, the fast complex. And then the final corner of turn 16, the Suds curve, is what I'm reading off here. What can he do? It's a 1:11, 6:03, 1,000th behind Wave Intel. He'll probably be kicking himself at that, being 1,000th slower. Whereas Tony's coming through the 13, 14, 15 complex now. Don't know if he's up on his time run, slightly wide on the entrance to turn 16 in the final corner. What can he do? It will be a 1:11 or 1:10.9. And here comes Wave Intel. What can he do? A 1:11.3 or a 1:11.299. So Tony, the first guy to get into the 10s. Jamie's getting ready for a lap. So is, or Ben was on a lap. That's a Salbert, Kieran, who's just starting a lap as well. Anyone actually on one? Never misses on one. Jamie's just started one. Ben's going to the pits. Nick. Is he on a lap? Yes, he is. This is now about to come through Sachs curb, the long swoop. It's not really a long corner, but a swooping left-hander. Very famous this year in real life F1 for Sebastian Vettel crashing out. Anyway, here comes around the final corner. What can he do on them set of softs? A 1:12.8. The timer screen was very glitched then because it said he was doing 11.3. He slots in just behind his teammate. Never miss. Whereas he coming around the penultimate corner, runs very wide on the entrance, is pushing the car. What can he get? It's a 1:11.3, just behind Wave Intel. Puts him in third. Apparatical, there we go. Went to fourth with a 1:11.4. MJ Coupe is about to start a lap. Jamie is going to start one, I think. Mr. Stim. Is he on a lap? No, he's just started one, but he's only in 2 ERS. He runs wide out on turn 1, and that'll be him invalidated. Rick will probably be coming in. Oh, never missed with tyres. I want to guess that's not on purpose with 7 minutes to go. We may see him drop down the grid quite a bit. Wow. Interesting, sector 2. MJ Coupe's now in sector 2. The car may have disappeared by now. Yeah, there is no car. There, he's hit the wall on the exit of turn 10. Can be tricky, especially if you clip the inside curb, so I'm guessing that's what he's done. Clip the inside curb and spun round. MJ Coupe's about to start on a lap. Where was Stim? Oh yeah, Stim's not on a lap. Ben's just started his lap. He has got the number 1 in his car, which may indicate he was the previous champion, but I'm not too sure on that one. Oh, actually, I'll go for the constructors. I forgot about that. So winning the constructors is Red Bull on 72 points. In second is Force India here, as we're on board with one of them. They're on 62 points, and it's Ferrari on 56, Mercedes 51, then a big gap to Sauber with 28, then Renault with 27, then Haas with 20.5, Toro Rosso with 11, and McLaren with 10. Bear in mind, obviously, as I said a few times, I am new to this league, so if I do get the points wrong, like, because there are half points coming out here, I'm not too sure with them, so it may take me a little bit to get used to it. So as here comes Ben, I think he's starting a lap. Humber on the final corner, can he improve on a 110.6? 111.6, sorry, no he can't. So 111.7. What's his turn 1 like? His turn 1's an invalidation, and his turn 1 has ended up in the wall. He's pushed too much, and he has spun round. I think he went on the AstroTurf, maybe, and he spun round, hit the wall, and that wall is pretty unforgiving. As we see there, a Mercedes spun round at turn 1. And that's not going to help his championship fight at all. Betrayer currently, he's actually down in 9th, but Humber, the best he can do is 5th now. Ben is up by 3 tenths on his lap. Won't be anywhere, like, won't be going anywhere up as an improvement, but an improvement is an improvement. Comes on the final corner now. Can he beat maybe MJ Coop's time? Yes, he can. A 111.6, just behind Humbo. Pretty good lap there from Ben. Betrayer, no. Rick, I think could be, but he's on the set of mediums at the moment, so interesting. Stim's about to start possibly his one and only lap. Tony is on a lap. Is he up? No way of knowing, but as he comes through mobile 1 and into Sachs curb, we will find out. As he comes through turn 13, 14 and 15, the penultimate corner. Will it be an improvement for the 110.9? It will be a 110.8, so he's now up the gap to 4 tenths. Wave Intel, meanwhile, still in the pits, so he's... Oh, sorry for the voice crack. Still in the pits, so he'll be saving his lap till the last minute. Nick, and he's just run wide there. I think he's just improved on his time as well. So look at Stim, and the Haas hasn't set a lap yet. Him and Kieran are the only people not to. We'll have a look here. This is now coming through the final corner. This could possibly be in a 12.9, that's what I think. And it was a 13.1, puts him in 11th for a few places up. Few people aren't coming out yet. Pretty interesting. There's only a minute and 50 to go. There's a Force India there. That'll be Ben. Ben, but he's not really coming out of his box. Oh, he has to wait for his teammate. That's going to be pretty annoying. Wave until ours come out. Which one of the Force Indies is Nick? Not Nick. Rick. Rick is the one behind. Okay. Lazarenko is having a lock up. I think him and Stim, from what I got told. There's people here with no assists, or Humbo as well. I'm not too sure. We'll go for Lazarenko. Oh God. This will be his one and only lap, I think. He keeps locking up that front left. As now he comes through turns 14, 15 and 16. This could be slowest of them all. And it is, unfortunately, a 13.9, slowest of them all. And that is it for him. unless he can improve again. Wave Intel has started his final lap. Tony is not going to improve, so keep an eye on him. Ben is about to start his final lap. MJ Coop is on his lap. Jamie is on his lap. No, he's not. He'll have just enough time, I think, to get around. Nick starting his final lap. So is Rick. Stim is up slightly. Let's have a look back at, who was it? It was MJ Coop. Or was it Jamie, sorry? Jamie just started his lap. Oh, and it was all for nothing. He's just invalidated, I think. Not too sure, but if he has, that is a really tough shame. Still, I believe he'll be next across the line. Wave Intel does a 1:10.9 just behind Tony. Forgot to go on ball with him. I'm sorry about that. Now here comes Stim. And Stim's run out of fuel. Lazarenko stays 14th. Jamie's given up on his lap. Nick's on a lap. Rick's on a lap. Ben is in the final sector. What can he do? A bit sluggish on the power. Can he go into the top 3? No, he just go 5th though. Oh, did Rick get held by Nick there? Not too sure, but yeah, that is it for qualifying. And Tony, an unsurprising candidate for pole, has now got pole, which is quite surprising since Tony is quite far down there in the championship. So yeah, this could make this race fairly interesting. There we go. Game takes a while to load sometimes. If you can hear me sniffing a lot, I do have a slight cold. It's pretty cold in Britain around about now, so just picking up a bit of a cold. So yeah, Tony is in first. It is a Scottish front row. That is possibly the first time I've ever said that one. Scottish front row with a 1:10.8 and a 1:10.9. They're never missing third. MJ Coop in 4th. Ben 5th. A Paradical in 6th. Humbo 7th. Jamie 8th. Portray 9th. And Nick in 10th. That's your top 10. Then outside the top 10 is Rick, Stim, Nixon, Lazarenko, and Kieran. Kieran was the only person not to set a lap. I would do, if people have heard me call one of the leagues before, I would do a usual top 3 prediction, but I can't since it is a new league. And I only know a specific handful. Yeah, there's a specific handful of thingies. I forgot what words are. Specific handful of drivers. As we get ready, I think people are... I don't know if there's formation lap in this league. I want to guess there is. This is a wait. I don't know to the exact extent of... I don't know the exact extent of this. Right, let's have a look. Okay. Okay, so we will be ready. I think now. I think the admins have said that they can go. We can get ready soon, I want to think. And yep. So the formation lap will begin here in Germany. And as the Toro Rosso of Tony leads everyone away, there's only one Toro Rosso, so Tony's going to have to try and carry Toro Rosso through this. If anyone is in the chat and does know, obviously F2, put your predictions, because obviously I'm not too sure. Let's have a look at constructors again with... Right, so let's have a look. Hold on a minute, just loading back up. Red Bull, we've got MJ Coupe and Prix. Here today, Force India is Ben and Rick. So currently, Red Bull looking to extend. Ferrari doing okay. Toro Rosso are one of the bottom teams, so yeah, Tony needs to carry them off. Never misses in the McLaren. McLaren are bottom. So he might be able to carry them off the bottom of the constructors. And now we are getting ready for the race start. Everyone outside the top 10, well, top 8 on the ultra softs. Everyone outside or below that is on the softs. So as Kieran will be the last person to line up ready for this race in the Sauber. As we look from Tony's point of view, as we get ready, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And away we go for the German Grand Prix. It's a pretty good start by Tony. And wow, never miss a really good start. Going to try around the outside of turn 1 against Wave Intel. Wave Intel keeps the position further down the grid. That is Ben off the track. 3 wide there between Ben, Apritical and MJ. Apparatical, sorry. Fairly clean from everyone at the start. Betrayer's looking to get Humbo. All the ultra soft runners have switched around, and all the soft runners have switched around. Who's that going side by side? That is MJ Coupe and Apparatical. Hard to say his name sometimes, but I think MJ Coupe has got himself back up into 4th. Here comes Ben on Apparatical as well. Oh, slight desync there. And through turn 8, Ben has to give up that position. So action here at on lap 1. Still got the arrow glitch for the timing, so when that does get sorted out, we'll actually get some gaps. Something's happened to Kieran, and Rick's lost the position to Stim. Rick's back down the inside of Stim through Sax curb. As he now go first side by side through turns 13, 14 and 15. They're still side by side. Quick for the final corner. Stim gets the move, but Rick is going to get a better exit. Down the inside of turn 1 though, we just back off. There's something going on up ahead. Here comes Betrayer on Nick for P10. Down the inside of turn 3. Or turn 2, sorry. And he has now got the move and he is into 10th. Wave Intel and Tony. Pretty close there as he went into the hairpin. Wave Intel looking the quickest of the two so far. Never Miss is struggling to keep up behind. Humbo's past MJ Coop. And who's that in the background? I saw a few overtakes happen. Oh, Nick and Betrayer battling for P10. Oh, P9, sorry. As they go through turn 8 and 9. That's just turn 11. What's happened here, Ben? And Never Miss is off. He's lost his wing, coming out of most likely mobile 1. It was just before Sachs curb, and he's now fallen to the back of the grid without a wing. And he was on for a pretty good result there. But now, unfortunately, that has gone. Penalty's already flying in, most likely because of that turn 1. It is deadly. If you don't get it right, it is deadly. Tony is on the back of Wave. Ooh. Not other way around, sorry. Wave's on the back of Tony. Wave. Look for a switchback there, maybe? No. Tony defending. Tony seems to be struggling on these Ultras off so far. Both of these guys have virtually any ERS. But they've both pulled a 3-second gap to Apparatical in third, so they can battle away for a little while without being interrupted. Let's have a look at Rick and Stim. They're at it again, or was at it again, but now it's Stim and Nick. Can Stim get up into 10th? Here comes Stim. He's going to look down the inside of turn 1. No, he just back out, but Nick takes a very wide line. Nick will keep the position. Rick, sorry, not Nick. And Rick has passed MJ Coop, and so has Betrayer. So I don't know what's happened there, but MJ Coop is losing a lot of time on them Ultrasofts as he burnt out the rears possibly. We'll keep on board with the Red Bull driver as he comes through the hairpin. They seemed alright there on traction, so I don't know what's happened there. Rick and Nick are now battling. That's... or Nixon, we'll call him Nixon because there's another Nick. I believe Rick has packed Nixon. Ooh, not packed Nixon, past Nixon. And now Nixon hit the back of Rick, so now he has wing damage and will have to pit. It's going to be very slow here through turn 11's 12 in the final sector. Who's that? That is Kieran trying to pass Lazarenko. Still now being held up by a slow Nixon. And there's now virtually all the Ultrasoft runners pit. Oh, look at Tony mainly. I think he's been held slightly by the Sauber. Oh, Lazarenko and Stim battling out the Hasses for P7. And now Kieran's there in the background. Kieran's already got one of them. Or maybe not. Stim's got pretty good straight line speed and he's pulling that gap back. He's got the slipstream off his teammate. Oh, he's going to look for the slingshot, but it hasn't worked. They both ran very wide, and Kieran's going to go for the double overtake on the Hasses. He's got past one of them. What about Lazarenko? Back on the inside of turn 7. Oh, Lazarenko turns across him. But now around the outside of turn 8. So much more confidence than both of them. And he's got both the moves on both the Hasses, and Ben has retired. We'll have a look where that is. Wow, that's a very interesting place. That's coming into turn 7. Wow, Wave Intel carries on. He must be a madman. Where's Jamie going to come out? And where is Humbo going to come out? As Humbo has held Jamie in the pits. Tony's sure going to get a overcut now, or undercut, sorry, on Wave Intel. There's no way Wave Intel's going to overcut him. How is he still one of them set of Ultra Softs? Surely he's noticed that everyone's pit. But he must have thought the cars have pitted and the soft runners behind him, because now everyone's on the soft sector and never miss, are catching him. Will he come into the pits? No. What? That's crazy. He's carrying on again. Because now Tony has got Stim as traffic technically. Can Stim try and defend the position? Oh. So here comes Tony with DRS on Stim down the straight, or the straight off of Parabolica, and Stim keeps the position through the hairpin. Will he look for it through turn 8? I don't think so. No, he backs off. Let's go back up on board with Wave. What's happened to Wave? Is he gonna puncture? He's burnt his rears out. He has to be pitting. He's now spun round as he was about to enter the pits, and that is his race over. He is now going to be back of the field. Oh, that was stupid from him. Oh, that's a big crash! Oh, wow, Lazarenko. Oh, and Apparatico's now got wing damage. Stim's overshot the corner. Tony is now... Oh, it's a safety car. It is now a safety car, so Wave Intel has now been saved. Jamie picks up a stop-go. Stim now only has half a wing. Tony got away with it and ghosted through Stim. Wow. Shock sees at the German Grand Prix. As I expected, the soft runner is going to pit. This will have to be for a set of mediums. But the mediums are going to have to go pretty long into the race. But this is the best time to pit. It will be Kieran who picks up the safety car. Well, the safety car will pick up him. And Mr. Stim picks up a yellow flag for ignoring... stop go for ignoring yellow flags. That's slightly weird, and as Nick comes out ahead of Humbo, so wow, that's definitely worked out for Nick. Has Kieran caught with the safety car? Yes, he has. So now the pace of this race is going to be slowed down for a while, for a few laps, while the safety car drives the pack round. Safety car did get called after the big collision by Lazarenko on the exit of turn 1. He did kind of what Humbo did, but a lot bigger. So now everyone is going to get back together again, and I think no one will have to pit. So, well, Kieran will. So I don't get why Kieran didn't pit. I want to say he's going to pit this lap, but he will be back at the grid. Tony, however, the Toro Rosso in second, is not going to be pitting. That's a lovely helicopter shot there. Very lovely helicopter shot. Let me just quickly get a screenshot of that. Sorry about that. As they now start lap 9. I'm going to get rid of the black box. Now lap 10. Lap 10 out of 34. They've almost completed a third of this race. A little bit has now been behind the safety car. And has everyone caught up? No. Nixon should catch up by the end of the lap. The safety car goes pretty slow, especially for the slow-paced corners. Did the stream see the incident between Ben and Apparatical? If you give me a specific lap, I might be able to remember it. I don't remember them two coming together. They were close together on track, but I didn't see that crash. Lap 6. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see Ben. If you're on about Ben retiring, no, I didn't see it. I only saw Lazarenko's retirement. I didn't see what happened to Ben. As the safety car now is going to come in, so Kieran will control the pack, but he has to pit. It's a bit of a strange strategy from him, as he now slows the pack down. Gets to control the field as the safety car pulls out ahead. It's going pretty slowly, so we'll have to wait a little while. As he's now starting to speed up. Safety car's still not in. Safety car is in now, and we are going after the restart. And Kieran has got off very well there. Tony wasn't able to respond as quickly. He's done quite well though. A Prodigal actually has wing damage, yes. Something must have happened. Oh, you are Ben, aren't you? Yeah. Sorry, Ben. Yeah, our Prodigal's got wing damage, and Nick has now taken third. He's going to try and go after Tony in second. Waving, telling Betrayer battling for P7. Ooh, Betrayer breaks late, but he's going to get the move. Jamie on Humbo Stone down the inside of turn 7. That might not end well. Ooh. But down the inside of turn 8, that's a bit of a dangerous dive bomb. Humbo's been dragged off. Betrayer's now on the attack around the outside of turn 9. And now wave into it on the inside of Betrayer. Betrayer touched a bit of gravel there, so did Rick. MJ Coops going to try and pass Rick on the grass, and Rick's overshot it. He's done a Sebastian Vettel, almost, and he has spun round in the gravel trap. That is unfortunate for him, but Force India have had the worst day possible. Jamie's pitting for some reason. I'm not too sure. We've now completed a third of this race. So let's see what else will happen. Wave on Humbo. Humbo hasn't got the toe, but Waves have to do a pretty far back dive bomb to go for it. Ooh, we thought about it, definitely. Ooh, that was a really close. That was a Mercedes, I think. No, there was no Mercedes. Why did I just see a car really close? It was Mr. Sim and MJ Coupe. This thing breaks very early. MJ Coops breaks very late. Will still go for the switchback. No, he goes around the outside of turn 10. As they're now going to go side by side, coming into mobile 1. MJ Coupe breaks late. Contact. Oh, that was... Surprised Decent didn't take over there, and Stim's got the position for P9. I'm impressed with the game there that Decent didn't take over. DRS has now been re-enabled. Prodigal's losing a lot of time now with that wing damage. I don't know why he didn't pit underneath the safety car. Why did I say underneath the safety car? Under the safety car. Right, so here comes Humbo. He's still too far back. Yep, still too far back. The Prodigal's doing quite well to defend with wing damage. But he will eventually get overtaken by Humbo, I believe. This is a pretty big train from 4th to 8th. It's a 5-car train. Sorry if you can hear typing. Prodigal still ahead. He's not losing that much time, but he's losing definite time. So it shows he has the pace, even with the wing damage. Mr. Stim picks up a 3-second time penalty. Here comes Humbo. I think he's still too far back. Oh, he closed up a lot though under braking. No, he doesn't go for it though. I don't know if you do podium if this league does podium interviews or not, so I'm not going to do it for this week. When I do find out if you do it, if this league does it or not, I'll start doing it, or I won't do it, obviously. So here comes Kieran, about to start lap 15, is now under pressure from Tony. Them softs will die out pretty soon now, because he is on 14 lap order, but the safety car would have helped his tyre wear. Oh, Humbo on a Prodigal, or a Prodigal. Humbo must surely get him now. Oh no, he's been an error. Now Wave Intel's now going to be on the attack. Humbo hasn't got the slipstream. Wave Intel does. He pulls to the left around the outside of the hairpin. He'll try. Humbo brakes later, locks up, does very well there, and retakes the position. Will Wave Intel go for it again? No, he is just a car length behind. And doesn't get the move, or doesn't try it. This has allowed a Prodigal to pull a second away from Humbo. Betrayer having a look at Wave Intel. So look at position changes. Kieran from back of the grid is winning, but when he pits he will drop down to last, and yeah, he does pit. That will be 4 mediums till the end. I don't get why he didn't pit underneath the safety car. Not underneath, under the safety car. Humbo's instantly caught back up to a Prodigal again. He's not made the same mistake twice, so got a feeling this could be it. She's got DRS and slipstream. He is gaining. Pulls to the inside. I think Nick's crashed. I don't know. Something's happened. Oh, Humbo's broke well too late. The Prodigal's got the move. Betrayer has got Wave Intel from what it looks like. Yes, he has. Wave Intel picks up a 3-second time penalty. Something happened to Nixon. hectic stuff there. As I said, Kieran has now dropped to the back of the grid. And Humbo is still behind a Prodigal. A Prodigal is doing very well. Humbo seems to be struggling on his ABS there. Or on his brakes, not ABS, he's running no ABS. And wave intel. He has wing damage. So that'll be him out of the points, and he will be last. Humble again, still not going to be able to make the move. He had his chance last lap, but did overshoot the corner. No, he's not going to go for the move there. It is still too far back. 17 Jamie and Nixon. Don't know, but Nixon's lost a lot of time there, and Kieran is now going to be fighting for P11. He can easily salvage points. Nixon is going to start to catch Tony pretty soon. Tony is on half-worn tyres. They have done 12 laps, which is probably more than half the length. As they start lap number 18 now of the German Grand Prix. Right, Humbo again on the back of a Apparatical. What can he do? He has got DRS again. He's a lot closer again. He's gaining. I think he'll go for it. Pulls to the inside, brakes a lot later, doesn't overshoot the corner this time. And he does get the move, and Betray's going to look for it as well, but he can't get it, so Apparatical then loses one position there. But Betray will probably get him next lap from what it looks like. Oh no! Oh, that was dangerous from Apparatical. Gets a 3-second time penalty for braking too late, but he has got wing damage, so that will affect his braking. But you can definitely see the difference between a wing and no wing, or wing damage, if you just look at the comparison of Humbo and Apparatical. So here comes Betrayer. With DRS, he'll wait till most likely the straight. Prodigal does very well through turn 1 despite the front wing damage. Still doing probably one of the best on the grid at the moment at doing that turn 1. Prodigal hasn't got DRS, but Betrayer does and Slipstream, and Betrayer's got a lot less wings. And he's flying straight past. For the hairpin, I don't think... Oh, Prodigal's actually going to keep it on the outside. No, he doesn't keep it. And he's now down to P5. And Never Miss is going to be close as well now. So this could get interesting. Because everyone here behind is going to get positions. Never Miss is going to have to take these tyres ridiculous length. 31 laps on mediums is mad. Yeah, Apparatical eventually pits. So I think he may come out in last. So Saba not looking the best today either. Neither a Force India, neither a Haas. But for the constructors fight, it is between a Red Bull and Force India. Oh, what's happened? Never Miss has had an off at turn 2 at the exit, and he has now got half a wing. So that is the second time he's had a crash this race, I believe. And he's got no wing again. So yeah, that's going to be his race well and truly over. Unless there's another safety car, which I am doubting. I've not seen a league race with 2 safety cars in a race before, so being able to see them will be quite nice. And Tony pits. That's interesting. I didn't think he would pit. But yeah, he would have had to make them tyres last a lot longer, and now he is going to have to pit for another set of softs, and that is... Oh, and he's got to stop go, hasn't he? Where's Humbo? Humbo's past him. Oh no, he hasn't. He's right on the back of Tony, so we have got a battle here for P7 on guys with cold tyres. And Nick is now there, so this is now a 3-way battle. Well, hold on, let's have a look at Rick and Stim battling for P4. As Humbo's past Tony. And they've got both past Tony. Nick's going to go for the double overtake. And he's got it. What a very good double overtake there. Oh no, Humbo's gone off. Put the partner on too early on the cold tyres and is now down to 10th. Wave, Intel and Tony now battling. The guys who qualified 1st and 2nd are now battling for 8th and 9th. Let's go back on board with Rick as he is closing on Stim. We'll see if he can go for a move later on. Well, not later on, but possibly on the straight here, go for the move to get himself up into that P4, which is where he will want to be, close to the podium. If NJ Coop's got a pen and he's in within that distance. No, he's still well too far back, so Stim's doing well on that aspect. He's telling me he's had a very good string of podiums, so he's going to be looking for another one. And Nixon's now out of the Grand Prix, and that's going into the hairpin. That's a weird one. Going into the hairpin. You don't usually see people around there. Okay. Well then, that was definitely unexpected. I didn't really expect a car to be ripped at that point. Anyway, we've got Tony and Wave battling again. As these guys are starting their lap number 23. Humbo Stone is in the background. So Betrayer, championship leader, is going to extend his championship lead, since Humbo is nowhere near at the moment. And Nick, LJ Thompson is going to look like he's going to get a win here. Unless Betrayer does catch him. So we'll continue on with this 3-way battle right now for P7. This looks like it could get lively pretty quickly. It depends. I'm gonna have to think if someone makes a mistake, because if Wave makes a mistake, then Tony's brought in, and if them two battle, Humbo's brought in. So yeah, Humbo can't really catch Tony on the straight, and Rick pits. That's for a set of softs, so I don't get why you pit. The mediums can last. Obviously, he must have thought his can't. He's now going to be dropping to 10th. And I think that's where he'll be for the remainder of this race. We're back on board with this battle for 7th place, or 6th place now. Because we're on board with the... Well, we're on board with the rear of Tony, but yeah, Tony's not really catching on Wave. Well, obviously Humbo can't really catch Tony because Tony's got the DRS as well. Yeah, this battle will come down to whoever makes the first mistake. Unless if Humbo makes a mistake, then nothing will happen. But if either Wave or Tony makes a mistake, Humbo's going to capitalise. If Wave makes a mistake, Tony and Humbo will capitalise. These guys are now starting lap number 25 out of 34, 9 laps to go. And Wade picks up a 3-second time penalty, so that comes into favour of Tony and Humbo. And possibly even Apparadicals, he's closing as well. But here comes Tony, he's a lot closer. He's got the slipstream and DRS, he's going to switch to the outside, going for the hairpin. And wow, Wave gave that one up pretty quickly. He didn't even fight the position, and that is obviously the opposite of what Humbo expected or wanted, and it's not what I expected, to be honest. I thought Wave would give Tony a bit more of a fight than that. Wave is on the older tyre, yeah, I'll give him that, but you'd have to be right to battle him. Oh. Now, will he let Humbo through if Humbo catches him? Kieran picks up a 3-second time penalty. He is in the clear though. Stimmy started to catch MJ Coop. So we could see a battle for third place towards the end of the race. Yeah, Humbo can't really do much. Wave and Tony battling. Tony goes a little bit deep. And now Wave is going to try and capitalise, but he can't again. Tony's got quite good straight line speed, but Wave's got a really good run here. Really good down the inside. No, Tony runs wide again. This is what Humbo wanted. He wants them to battle. He wants to close up. So he can have a stab at getting 6th place. When Nixon leaves the lobby, he is out of the race, unfortunately. Wave's going to now try Tony again. I think he will actually go for it. There's not long to go now. Wave, will he switch to the inside or the outside? It is the inside. Tony does give it in. Brakes for the hairpin. Tony, confident on the brakes. Oh, goes on the curb. You don't get much traction there. Loses out on the position. But now I think he is close enough to go for it again through turn 8. No, he doesn't. So Wave gets the position back. But now Humbo's a lot closer. As Nick has now started lap number 28 out of 34. I don't think Prix is going to catch him, but he might get him on penalties. So Tony's going to close in. Humbo seems to be struggling in that final sector. Tony's not at the best first corner, as Humbo is now quite close to him. I don't know, Tony's too far back. You're not going to gain 7 tenths with the parabolica curve. Yeah, nowhere near. Humbo's actually a lot closer. Ooh. Humbo's now going to start getting into this fight a lot more. Tony gained about 3 tenths on the brake in there, and that just for that corner alone. Wow. Yeah, Wave's doing pretty well now. He's starting to find his feet and he's getting away. Radical gets not 9, he is in 9th, but he gets a 3-second time penalty. Sorry if you guys don't like the camera view, it's just so I can see the front wings, see if they are broken. Obviously the halo does get in the way. The genius piece of engineering, but it does get in the way of the camera, which is unfortunate. But camera can just be adjusted. Tony's closer to Wave, but I think he's still too far back. We'll see anyway. Yeah, he is gaining, but not enough. Definitely not enough. I think this is what the grid will stay like on track anyway. Yeah, I don't think any positions are going to change unless something happens to someone. Keenan's catching Stim, so we could see a battle there towards the end. Yeah, Rick and Apparatical are now close to each other. We might see a little battle here. Can Rick get himself up into 9th place? He's got DRS and he's got Slipstream and he's too far back for a move. He doesn't go for it. Got pretty close though, but didn't end up going for it. There's MJ Coupe, picks up a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to go into Stim's favour. As Nick's now started lap number 31, 4 laps to go, and Betrayer is 2 seconds behind. So Betrayer will have to catch by more than half a second a lap to have a chance at winning this race. And Rick runs very wide through the penultimate corner. As these guys now start lap number 31 out of 34. I think Rick will go for a move here. What's happening with Kieran and Stim? Hold on. Wow, Kieran then fresher tyres. He's going to try and blow past Stim. Stim does defend. Kieran looks for the switchback and doesn't get it. They don't really want to be battling because MJ Coupe is up the road. And MJ Coupe has got quite a few penalties, so yeah, they don't really want to be battling. 1.4 seconds up the road. If they can bring him into the battle, he won't be getting away. Come on with Nick as he is starting his 3rd to final lap now. It will be his first race win of the season. Pretty good drive from him. Let's have a look at fastest lap. It is from Rick. It's a 1:14.2, I think. Can't really see. Yeah, 1:14.2. Nick started in 10th and is on course to win this race. But meanwhile, Kieran on the back of Stim for P4, and he's already going to virtually pass him before the DRS even opens. Stim can't really do much to defend here through the parabolic curve, and Kieran has passed Stim. Will Stim go back down the inside? Oh no, he was going to, but then stopped himself. So Kieran's now up into P4 and he's now within a second of MJ Coupe. So this is now about to become a 3-way battle. As there's a 3-way battle behind as well for P10. But we will ignore that for now, since there is a better battle going on. No, as I said about Nick having to lose half a second, he did lose half a second that lap. As he's now started the penultimate lap, he would have to kind of make two pretty big mistakes to lose this race. We'll see what happens. Here comes Kieran and MJ Coupe. Stim is just losing it now. His tyres have given up on him. So here comes Kieran and MJ Coupe for P3. He's got to run. He's going to switch to the outside of the hairpin. MJ Coupe defends as he should do. This final lap could get interesting for the lead if Prix gets within a second starting that final lap. I don't think he will though. Yeah, Kieran can't really pass through this final sector. It is virtually impossible. So Nick is struggling through that final sector. Prix is just outside of a second, so I think Nick's safe as he starts the final lap now, unless he makes a pretty big mistake and loses more than a second. He will win this race. Yep, Prix does not have DRS, so that is virtually going to be it. It's hard to overtake. Now especially, here comes Kieran and MJ Coupe. We'll have a look at this battle before we switch over to Nick. Kieran has already passed MJ, and I don't think MJ is going to dive that far back. He'll try around the outside though, it's a lot more safer. Oh, he almost got the run, but he's been forced off. Wave, Intel and Tony are now battling. Yeah, Kieran just got the position. Anyway, back on board with Nick as he's going for the final sector for the final time. An excellent drive by the Ferrari driver, may I say. And this will be, as I said, his first win of the season. So, as he comes through the penultimate corner now. Prix now's just got within a second. But anyway, around the final corner, the Ferrari driver, will he win on penalties? I think so. He crosses the line, and he does win the German Grand Prix. Outstanding drive. Prix does get second. Kieran gets third. Tony fourth. Humbo fifth. Wave sixth. Stim seventh. Oh wow. Radical got eighth. MJ Coupe ninth. MJ Coupe crossed the line in fourth and ended up finishing in ninth. Wow. So since I don't know if we do podium interviews or not, I won't do them this week. So I'll go through the race results after the podium celebrations. But as I said, Prix does increase his championship lead, which is not the most important thing right now. The most important thing is Nick winning this race. So Nick is your winner, Prix in second, then it is Kieran in third. From back at the grid to third, that is a very good drive. Tony is in fourth, Humber got fifth, Wave Intel sixth, Mrs. Stim in seventh, Radical in 8th, MJ Coupe in 9th, Never Miss in 10th. And then 11th is Rick, 12th is Jamie, and then that is it for your finishers. And the people who didn't finish were Nixon, Lazarenko and Ben. Didn't see what happened to Ben and Nixon. No, I saw what happened to... Didn't see what happened to Ben. Saw what happened to Nixon and Lazarenko. The Lazarenko crash caused a safety car, and that is what changed this race. So yeah, that will be it for Invictus Racing League round, I believe, 7 for Germany. Podium interviews, if they are a thing for this league, I'm not too sure, will start next week. Or yeah, and yeah, I will see you then.